Well, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are doing my top 15 favorite roller coasters at Kings Island. Kings Island has 15 roller coasters. I've gotten all the credits there. They have some and this park has coasters for the whole family. They have families like the Bat, thrills like Diamondback and Mystic Timbers. This park was an awesome park when I went. They have a good coaster lineup. So we're gonna start off with my least to best favorites. So taking number 15 is Great Pumpkin Coaster. Now and surprisingly, yes, I did get the credit on this coaster. Um, yes, I did get the credit on this coaster. It's just meant for kids. There's nothing neat to it. There are some coaster enthusiasts that did kind of like forget about this credit because they're too tall. Unfortunately, I was surprised I got in on this ride. I rode it, and I was surprised that I got in on this ride. So, yeah. Taking 14 is Flying Ace Aero Chase. This is a Vekoma suspending coaster, and I think this one's better than a Vekoma SLC in my opinion. But it is a family coaster. If it, it's a family coaster. There's like no inversions to it because it's a family coaster. But it was all right. I wasn't that big of a huge fan, but I say it's all right in my opinion. It's all right. Number 13 is Vortex. This is the aero suspended looper at the park, and this one is not garbage at all. But this one I just don't like. It's not that garbage as like Canopy Corkscrew level, and it was far better than the other Corkscrew models that I have rated. One at Cedar Point and one at Canopy Lake, and this one has the appearance to it. I love the appearance, but getting on the ride is like really rough, really unbearable jerkiness. I would watch it. I would love to watch it, but getting on the ride, no, I probably wouldn't want to go on the ride. Ticket number 12 is Adventure Express. Now, you might be saying, how does Adventure Express take number 12? I am not a huge fan of mine trains. I'm not a huge fan of them. This one's alright. It did have one special effects that was pretty solid. But, I'm not a huge fan of mine trains at all. I find them tame, so. Ticket number 11, we got Woodstock Express. This is a junior kids style wooded roller coaster. There's nothing exciting about it. It's a wooded roller coaster. This one was pretty fun. I like the airtime hill. But yeah. Now we have come to the top 10. Number 10 is Invertigo. This is my second Invertigo that I have rated. The other one being a defunct coaster, Stinger at Dorney Park, formerly at Dorney Park. And I thought this one was a lot better than Stinger at Dorney Park when I rode it. It does have some head protection. I thought it was better. Stinger was pretty rough, but I like this one. So yeah. Ticket number 9 is the Bat. This is the aero suspended loop. This is the aero suspended coaster. This is an aero suspended coaster, and I love its appearance. The appearance is another. Kings Island usually works on its appearance with roller coasters with Vortex and Bat, and this one has really beautiful appearance. And I thought this was better, way better than Iron Dragon. And plus, you can see Great Wolf Lodge too. So yeah. Next up, number 8 is Rock and Roller. Why am I saying Rock and Roller Coaster? Flight of Fair. So Flight of Fair was actually pretty jerky. I wasn't a huge fan of it. It was like really jerky. I wasn't a huge fan of it, and it did lose kind of pacing too. But the launch is really intense. So yeah. Number 7 is The Racer. This one was pretty fun. I wouldn't say it's that bad of a ride, but this one was pretty fun. My brother actually didn't like this ride at all, but I thought it was pretty fun. I thought it was better than Flight of Fair, yes, because Flight of Fair was kind of jerky and it did lose pacing. But this one was like really fun. I thought it was pretty smooth. There was some patches that could get rough. I don't know why, but I think that's why my brother hated it. But I liked this ride. This was a really fun ride, racing each other. We did get 2 credits on this coaster. The other side, the blue side and the red side do count for 2 credits. So yeah. Number 6 is Banshee. Now, when I wrote it, I was expecting this to be one of the best B&M inverts I've heard. Unfortunately, it came down to one of my weaker B&M inverts that I've heard. I've heard a lot. I've heard 5 B&Ms, and this ride is probably my 4th favorite B&M that I've heard. I thought Raptor, Great Bear, and Talon are all better than Banshee. Banshee was really underwhelming in my opinion. I don't know why, but I didn't really much like it. That's why I take it number 6 at Kings Island, just barely missing the top 5. But I do love its theming. I love the smoke coming out of Banshee. That was really fun. That was really cool. So now we have come to the top 5, and number 5 is Backlot Stun Coaster. Wow. This is, surprisingly, this might be one of my favorite launch coasters I've ever read for a family size coaster. That helix just whips you around. This ride is awesome. I like this ride a lot. Really cool. Number 4 is Firehawk. This is my first ever Vekoma Flying Dutchman, and boy, this ride is like way better than Superman Ultimate Flight. I like Superman Ultimate Flight, but I thought this one was absolutely better. Love this coaster a lot. Not that a lot, but I like this coaster. I like it. It's probably my favorite non-Disney Vekoma that I've rated. This is a really fun roller coaster. First of all, you go lay on your back. You do like lay on your back, and then after you kind of flip forward. But man, and also this ride could also get intense. I was a little nervous for going on this ride too and I also got a nerd on this ride as well. A nerd is like when you pop something in your brain. I did get a nerd on that turn. So next up, number 3 is the Beast. Man, this ride is fun. Like, I thought this ride was better than Boulder Dash at Lake Compounds, which is my home. So, and I think this coaster is also better than Lightning Racer, Boulder Dash. But man, I like this ride a lot. Running through the woods is awesome. This coaster has 2 lift hills, which is pretty cool. I mean, it did kind of remind me of Kennywood, which did have like a drop, but like right after the station. So yeah. Number 2 is Diamondback. This is probably my favorite B&M Hyper that I've ever. Or actually, you know what? Not just my favorite, but definitely my favorite B&M Hyper that I've heard. This ride is awesome. I mean, I thought this ride was absolutely way better than Nitro at Great Adventure. I wasn't a huge fan of Nitro, to be honest, when I wrote it, but I thought this one was just way better than Nitro. This is number 2 at the park. I love this coaster a lot. Airtime makes up for it. Really strong airtime. Floater airtime. Running through the woods is also really cool. This ride was just awesome. And you also have this cool splashdown as well. I love the splashdown. Restraints are probably one of the best restraints I've ever had on a roller coaster. It has those clamshell restraints. I love those rides. Unfortunately, it's taking number 2. I can't take number 1, but formerly number 1. Number 1 is Mystic Timbers at Kings Island. This is by far one of my favorite wooded roller coasters I have ever ridden, period. This is an awesome wooded roller coaster. I think I would probably rate this maybe top 5 of my favorite wooded roller coasters probably one of my favorite wooded roller coasters, but maybe top 5 of roller coasters overall. This ride is solid in my book. I love this ride a lot. From as it goes, it's really fast paced. It's way better than Boulder Dash. This ride is like fast paced, running through the woods. You get a lot of good footage right where that raft ride is, next to Mystic Timbers. And also, I do not want to spoil the shed part, but the shed part was pretty unique, too. They do play radio. They do play, like, some sort of music. Some of you guys probably have seen the shed part. I don't know if you guys have seen the shed part on, like, a POV on YouTube or something like that. But the shed part was a little underwhelming, but I liked it. I like the whole ride in general. So that is it for my top 15 coasters at Kings Island. What do you think in the comment section below? Do you agree? Do you disagree on my top 15? And of course, stay tuned for more Coaster Box videos. They'll be coming out shortly. Follow me on Instagram if you haven't. Stay tuned for more Coaster Box videos. They'll be coming out shortly, and I'll catch you guys later.